Alrighty, so I've never really worked with Bondo before, so this should be a fun experience. So this cardboard for my portable table is going to pretty much be my working place. Before I actually prepare my Bondo, I have to go prepare the surface. So I'm gonna go spray some alcohol and I'm going to wipe off the alcohol from my hood. This is gonna be my cardboard that I use to prepare my Bondo. This is going to be my mixing. Mix my Bondo together, about a circle down, and then you apply a hardener. You apply a hardener about halfway through the solution. So that's what I'll be doing, because I don't really know what I'm doing. I'm also gonna use some to remove the antenna. I'm gonna Bondo the opening for the antenna. Yo, what is going on, you guys? So we're back with day 2 of the paint process on the 240. So yesterday we probably got finished with the driver's side sanding, roof sanding, passenger side sanding is done as well, and I think a little bit of the bumper. Right now what I was doing was currently working with the fenders. Now these fenders are absolutely clapped, and I would probably see myself in the future replacing these fenders, but for right now, you know, just to practice painting, I decided might as well try to deal with these fenders. There was a lot of rust around here. You can still see a little bit of rust over here. As you can see, I managed to sand off a lot of the rust. Now whether or not the rust returns, it shouldn't return. I do not have an etching primer. So because I don't have an etching primer, usually when you have bare metal exposed like this, to prevent it from rusting, you hit it with a little bit of etching primer. Yesterday and the day before I could not find any etching primer. So what I'm going to try to do is, before I put on my urethane primer, try to sand it off a little bit and prevent as much rust as I can. But like I said, these fenders most likely gonna get replaced in the future, but if they look nice, you know, I'll run them for a while, and then if I decide, you know, time is right to get some new fenders, then I'll just get some new fenders. This is my hood from last night, a little bit of the work that I was doing. It looks a lot better right now because it's in the process of being sanded, but what I did notice is the paint was actually coming out like splotchy and particles as I was spraying it down. I'm not sure how well you could see. You could see a little bit of it right here, but it's coming out really splotchy. So I was trying to figure out what it is I could possibly be doing wrong, and maybe my paint gun settings are incorrect, and I also have to compromise a little bit better for my compressor. So that's what I'm gonna do right now. Alrighty, so we are about ready to start primer, and we have the body pretty much done. Hood, bumper, skirts pretty much done. So what I did with my skirts and bumper, because I'm pretty sure they already come ready to paint, I just sanded down 220. Now my fenders, I did 80 sand, 150 sand, then 220 sand. My hood, I'm pretty sure I did 80, 150, and 220 as well. And then the body is just 150 and 220 all the way around. So that's how we did. Finish out the body work. I'll show you guys what that's looking like, and then I'll go ahead and show you to mix up my primer and get ready to prime. Make sure that the tip says 1.8, because yesterday I was using the 1.4 and I was wondering why it was coming out weird, so maybe that could contribute to the problem. So I just put this tip on. This tip comes off. Make sure you put the tip on first, or when you're removing it, you remove the needle first. So because I'm putting it back together, this is my 1.8 tip, this is my 1.8 needle, and it says right here 1.8. So when you put this in, pull the trigger, slide it through, then let go of the trigger, push it a little bit more, and we're good to go. So now I can go ahead and put the spring and the adjuster right here for the fluid, and we should be good to get started. Alrighty, so this is my spring and my adjustment knob. Spring is inside the adjustment knob, like that. Slide it over the back of the needle, go all the way in, and then just tighten, and it will catch. So when I want to set my gun, I'll hold this out, tighten this. When I want to set my gun, I'll pull the trigger, and then I'll tighten this as much as I can until I can't twist it anymore. You feel the force in the handle. So there you go, about right there. Let that go, probably like one off. And we should be good to use it like that. This is your air adjustment. So this is fluid, this is air adjustment. Make sure for the air, it's all the way open, so you get maximum amount. And this is for your fan, so the spread. I don't have the adjustment tip on here right now. The air cap is what it's called. I don't have it on right now, but this will adjust the fan. This is my air cap. It's a little bit dirty, but I tried to clean it out this morning. I'm going to go ahead and just twist it on. Now another thing, last night when I was trying to learn how to apply primer, I had the air cap like this. So this is actually for horizontal spread. What I learned is you turn it sideways for vertical spread. So hopefully this is fine. Now I have Teflon tape on both sides of my regulator, so I'm going to be spraying around 40 to 60 psi maybe, and we'll test that out and see how that works. Alrighty, so this is my setup right now with my spray gun, regulator. Like I said, I do have Teflon tape on each side. Last night when I was spraying, I feel like another mistake that I made is I could hear the air coming out from right here, but with the Teflon tape, I don't hear any air and it's good. Here's my primer. There's my activator and my reducer. So my activator is supposed to help the primer dry, I believe, within 60 to 70 degrees. It's 4 to 1 to 1 mix. So I'll be utilizing this part of my cup that's pretty filthy. I'll be utilizing this part of my cup. So this is 4 to 1 to 1. Right here is where I will put my primer, then my activator, then my reducer. So that's pretty much how it works. So primer, all these, activator, all these, reducer, all these. So I'll probably start off with 3, because yesterday I tried to mix up quite a bit of this and I ended up wasting quite a bit. So I don't really want to waste, and I'm gonna use all this cardboard that you see to actually test out before I start to spray my hood. Alrighty, so just got done with 2 coats on my bumper, primer, 2 coats on my hood. The hood was a learning part, and I have 1 coat kind of ish on my pop-ups. So this is how it turned out. Now here we have my bumper. In my opinion, my bumper came out a little bit better. This is a shadow, it's not really like the bumper's still exposed. And yeah, that's how my bumper came out. Just something that I want to do to, one, make it look pretty decent and have it look good. Don't worry, I know right there my pop-ups, you know, a little bit, but I ran out of paint, and so I'm gonna have to mix up a little bit more primer to go ahead and get going again.